Yeah.
OK， 可以，谢谢。Good evening, management of THZ Malaysia Syndrome Berhad, especially to Mr. Josh Neo, our Dong Si, and who is also the one who bring in the terahertz water device into Malaysia. Right. We also want to say a good evening to the founder of Blessed Family, Senior Director, Miss Sherry Tan. And also, dear friends, all those people who are in this chat tonight, in this Zoom tonight, all the old members, the new members, we welcome you and we appreciate you coming in to join us tonight. Now, tonight's topic is nothing is as easy as terahertz water. I'm Anna from Miri, Sarawak, and it's an honor for me to be here tonight to introduce to you a speaker for tonight. He's Mr. Cornelius Yong. He's an Australian graduate who has had work experience as a trainer for several years in headquarters for the insurance industry. He has also held the position as head of operations and sales manager for international corporations. It is with great pleasure that I would like to invite Mr. Cornelius Yong to deliver the terahertz talk tonight. Can we have Mr. Cornelius Yong, please? Thank you.
Yes, okay. Hi, thank you, Anna. All right. All right, let me just greet everyone. Good evening to everybody. Welcome all of you to the talk tonight. I think because it's an early year, most people are very busy with work and all that. But those that have actually taken the time to actually join us for tonight, just like to say a thank you. Welcome, a warm welcome on behalf of the Blessed Family Group, on behalf of the Terahertz Company leaders, and also to the Blessed Family leader, Miss Shirley also. Okay, let me just put up the slide. Okay, so tonight's talk will be, it's called Nothing is as Easy as Terahertz Water. Okay, basically, so I'm going to cover, just going to share with you, share with all of you, basically what water is, how water is actually vital to all of us, how is it important to all of us. Because these are basic things that we miss out in our daily life, like how simple things like, like how work, when before it was locked down, people were actually like not used to lockdown, right? Okay, so then people got used to lockdown. Now when lockdown is open up, I mean in Malaysia itself, because I'm in Malaysia, when lockdown is open up itself, people start they start getting used to it again. The same thing also applies to water. It's all on the base of an habit, basic of an habit. Why? Because this habit is actually one that is good to practice. It's actually a very healthy habit, one that we are preaching on behalf of the Terahertz Company and the Terahertz Family Group. Anyone's involved in the business will be aware of how important water is to our life, and it's so easy, and because it's so basic to it, it's so basic to all this. Okay, so what are the fundamentals? Why is it so basic and yet so important? All right, number one, there are 6 key elements to life. 6 key elements of life, which means these are the 6 things which tell you, what is alive, what is a living thing, what is a living, like they have plants, they have animals, they are all these kind of things. So what's it? Number one, okay, I'll start with number 2 because number 1, I think you already is our topic of today. But let's cover a few of the things. Number 2 is actually Air. Okay, so we need breathing. There's oxygen, there's air. There's a lot of breathing going on. So anything that breathes, okay, whatever process that goes in, even plants which goes through they have their kind of air, the kind of, some indoor plants, outdoor plants, even for animals, even those that have dogs or cats, all these are breathing things. So these things are living beings. Living beings that need to be taken care of. Next, food. It consumes food. Why? Because food is a source of energy. Okay, aside from food, okay, these things move. Okay, so exercise fall under movement. And then there is sleep. Okay, a good night's sleep, because it needs to heal. Okay, every day when we use energy, the food we eat turns into energy, and then if we are injured or we are tired, well, when do we get our energy back? We get our energy back when we get a good night's sleep. Okay. Next, the emotions, and most importantly, there is water. Okay, so aside from food, energy actually comes from water. All right, so water is actually the key element. That's why it's at the top left. It's the most important element. Now, first question I have to ask, okay, because it's so easy, we neglect this. Okay, so let me just ask you, are you drinking enough water or not? Okay, are you drinking enough water? I believe most people are not drinking enough water. Okay, let's just have a look at the chart. So these are common water drinking habits. 17.5% dislike drinking water, which means they only drink soft drinks, like cordial or like things that are mixed. It's not from a water source. What does it mean? Like those orange mixture, they have all kinds of flavor now. Rose, they have those instant barley, instant one, those that come in. You mix like 1 part cordial, 6 part water. Those are cordial. Soft drinks would be like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up. Okay, so there's 17.5% of people. It's actually quite high. Next, we have those 11.6% which irregularly drink water. 11.6% means they don't have this habit of drinking water lah. Or if they can avoid, they just don't want to drink water. So number one, okay, like this now, 70.5% of people that only drink gassy drinks, they only drink cola when they're thirsty, or only drink 7-Up when they're thirsty. Then the other 11.6% is those that don't drink water. 4.7% are those who have good habits. Okay, who have good habits. So I'm hoping that after listening to this talk, you will fall under that 4.7%. Hopefully, it can maybe go up to 4.8 or 5, because this is over a huge population. So majority of people you see on the orange column is about 70%, 65.9% to be exact, drinks water only when they are thirsty. Like me, when I talk and talk and talk and talk, only when I realize, okay, when you're talking means you're doing an activity, then I know I'm thirsty, I drink water. But on a normal routine, on daily routine, things you do daily, maybe you're sweeping the floor, or you're just sitting watching TV, or you are just, out with your friends, or on a business meeting, you don't have this habit of drinking water unless you are thirsty, because your body is already screaming out to you. Okay, so I'm going to explain why is all this happening. Okay, now we're going to talk about when your body is thirsty, right? And you don't attend to it, you don't like to drink water, when you fall under the orange column, the 65.9%, what happens is going to be premature aging will happen. What is premature aging? Okay, premature aging means, okay, let's say as you grow older, the water content in your body gets less and less. So when you are young, it's about 80%, followed by 70, followed by 60, then it goes lower and lower. Okay, it goes lower and lower. So when you're older, okay, for example, let's say around my age, let's say if you're around 30 plus, 30 or 40 plus, let's say, but you have this you're always thirsty, but you don't like to drink water, or you don't want to drink water at all. You don't have any habits of drinking water at all. Okay. If you don't have this, what happens? Premature aging is something bound to happen. I'm not scaring you, but this is true. Because, okay, later I'm going to explain in depth why. Okay, basically it's like this. Your body needs energy, right? So aside from food, right, we can survive without food for 1 or 2 days, but we cannot survive without water for more than 3 days. Do you know that? This is actually already a scientific fact. Of course, your body will start to absorb whatever reserve of water that you have. So when your body is like a shell and your body is using all the water inside your body as energy, what happens? You start to get wrinkles. Okay, all this premature aging means you look older than you are. That's what premature aging means. Next, okay, on the right, we have the chart. Okay, on the right, you see the chart there. The chart actually talks about what is the recommended. Let me just put it. Okay, the right there, it just shows the body weight based on our recommendation of how much terahertz we highly advised terahertz water. Why? Later you will understand why. Based on this chart, this is just a rough idea. Okay, rough idea. The best benchmark or the best indicator to know if you are actually drinking a lot of water, enough or sufficient water or not, is based on your urine. So if you urinate and you see it's light yellow, that's good. Okay, if it's white, means it's probably, if you're going for white urine for a long time, it's overhydration, which can cause headaches, migraines, hormone imbalance, mental stress. Now we're all talking about mental health and things like all these things. When there's an extreme of something too much, or a deficit of something which is too little, these things happen. All right. So on average, okay, the water makes up of specific components in the whole body. Okay, it's like you see, those are just symbols. On the brain, 75%. Your eyeball itself is about 99%. All these are the contents of water. It just shows that there is a high content of water in all your organs. Okay, all your organs, all your body parts. So the key roles of water: number one, blood circulation. Number two, waste elimination, which means you go to the toilet, you detox, okay, all the bad things, all the sway have to throw, okay? How? Water will help you throw the sway away from your body, waste elimination. Number three, nutrient absorption. Number four, temperature regulation. Okay, temperature regulation means your body now, especially those that have just gotten the latest topic, will be all on the third booster dose. So those that just got the third booster dose, I highly advise you, please drink more water, okay? If it's terahertz water, it's even better. Later you will understand why behind the concept. It's a very basic concept. It's scientifically proven, that's it. Okay, so temperature regulation, your body's temperature. Then five, metabolism means the rate which your body uses the food that it has stored or the water that it has stored to generate energy for you to move, like for me to give this talk, or for you to whatever, to go to work or to wake up to do your daily chores. All this is based on metabolism, okay, the conversion of energy. Number six is of course a balanced body system, which means all your body functions to have to work, you need water. That is a fact. Okay, and the most important thing, there can be no life of water. That's why the source of life, there's a common saying, the source of life is water. Okay, so all right, so if you constantly feel thirsty, you constantly get dehydrated, you do not attend to it, what happens? Long-term dehydration happens. Long-term dehydration happens, then what? Your cell, okay, your body consists of trillions and trillions and trillions of cells, okay? So like you see, even my hand consists of billions of cells, your skin, your eyeballs, everything consists of cells. So long-term dehydration happens, then what? Your cells, which consists of these small, if you zoom on, it consists of cells, okay? Tiny particles inside the skin. So cells start to, why disorder happens? Because they are not getting the energy they require. They'll be like saying, every cell needs water. That is like a fact already. So your cell which needs water is telling you, hey, I need water, I am dehydrated. Can you please drink some water? And yet you're too busy or you neglect drinking water. What happened? The cell cannot function. So when the cell cannot function, it gets angry. It gets angry means tissue inflammation. Okay, on the third stage, you see tissue inflammation. After tissue inflammation happens, what happens? Cell degeneration, because it cannot function. It's the same like how like if someone's in a coma for a long time, okay, example, okay, I apologize, I'm just giving a rough example here, but this is a fact where if someone's in a coma where they are not moving for a long time, and then they wake up from coma, even from movies you watch, okay, after a year or two, okay, what happens is that they need to go through rehabilitation. Why? Because the cell in your body, the function to run maybe just to make your hand move or just to walk, okay, all these functions deteriorate already, they degenerate, okay? Because it did not only you're not moving it, it's not, because you're not moving it, your body tells, okay, I can neglect these functions. So that's why all this cell degeneration happens. And some more, if you do not feed it with necessary water, okay, your body's gonna react. And I mean, if any part of your body starts malfunctioning, you're gonna feel uneasy, you're gonna feel painful. Okay, like what happens? By then, when you go to the doctor, you'll find out there's like signs of heart disease, cardiovascular disease, to do the lungs, liver disease, and then now I think the number one in Malaysia, of course, aside from COVID aside, is definitely cancer. So all these kind of things is because the cell is not getting the nutrient it needs, it's not getting the water it needs to regulate everything and to function as it should. Okay, so all right, so diseases or let's say all these in the center, I will fall under diseases. Diseases or pain or imbalance or sorry, let me just rewind. Sorry about that. Okay, imbalance or pain and all that, all is from the source of cell failure because it is malfunctioning. It is not, example, if you have a light bulb but you do not have a power source, you don't have the battery or the switch, the light cannot turn on, right? It's the same like your cell. Your cell did not get the water, your cell cannot work. That is simple. That is the science behind it. But when we don't mention it this way, you don't think about it this way. But when I mention, you'll be feel, oh, maybe that is right. Okay. But it is right. Let me just tell you why. Let me just further back up why. Okay, our body consists of many systems. We have the skeletal system, digestive system, respiratory. All these systems are in our body. Okay, and all right, this person named Raymond Finch, he wrote a book named Never Be Sick Again. It's a bestseller book. Okay, saying that health is a choice. Why? Because when you practice good habits, when you are health conscious falls under, now we don't talk about vitamins and about supplements or whatever. We talk about the most basic thing, which is water. If water also you don't drink, why are you trying your best to drink everything, to put it this way, to have other nutrition supplements when water is the main thing you need, the source, the base to regulate everything? That's how important water is. So in this book, okay, Mr. Raymond, the author of this book, highlights strongly that the source of all sicknesses, the number one sickness, is cell failure. Okay, and I'm further elaborating that cell failure generally happens aside from having whatever nutrients it requires or whatever other necessities. The basic, one of the basic necessities among all cells which they require is water. Okay, now World Health Organization, which is an international body based in Geneva, okay, all right, so they recommend the number one drinking water quality. What is good drinking water? So you're telling me water is important, water is good for cells, okay, but not according to me. According to the World Health Organization, you can even Google it. Okay, good water or healthy water adequate to our body is those that are rich in essential trace elements and minerals, which means in the water itself, okay, the water is, I have a glass of water. In water itself, there is calcium, there is natrium, there is magnesium, all these things like zinc help with the hormones, help with the hair, calcium helps with the bones, proteins helps with muscle development. It is in a tiny amount, but healthy water is those, the number one quality you need to find in water is those that's heavy in good essential trace elements and minerals. Okay. So the number two quality which we need to know about water, all right, is what? Is about this thing called the aquaporine. Aquaporine. I repeat one more time. Aquaporine. What is this aquaporine? Okay, there is this thing, whenever there's a scientific or whatever breakthrough, like you have the Grammy Awards, you have the Oscar Awards, when it comes to chemistry, comes to physics, there is this thing called the Nobel Prize. So the Nobel Prize was given in the 1980s to this Mr. Peter Agre, as you see his pictures on the slide. Okay, so Mr. Agre discovered this aquaporine. What is this aquaporine? Aquaporine is basically, it's a layer, a membrane layer of protein surrounding our cells. Each of our cells consists of protein. Okay, in general, just protein, basically. Okay, in the cell of the protein, the membrane, which is the outer layer, has a channel, has a, let's say a door, a password, whatever you call it, a gateway, a channel. So this channel is called the aquaporine. It controls the amount of water that goes into the cell itself. Okay, goes in the cell itself. And it is already scientifically proven that only a small group of less than 6 water molecules can enter the cell quickly through the aquaporine channel. So aquaporins are typically composed of identical subunit proteins. Okay, basically water molecules go through this channel, this aquaporine in your cell. To enter the cell, it has to go through this aquaporine. Okay, like how if you want to go for parking, okay, in West Malaysia, like you want to go for parking now, you need debit card, you need visa, you need touch and go. Same like that. Okay, so in your cell, for the water to go in, it needs to go through the aquaporine, and only a number of up to 6 can go through a single file. Okay, single file means they have to line up. Okay, look at it that way. Now, when we jump, first I talk about water. Now I'm going to tell you about terahertz, okay? Then I'm going to tell you how terahertz can work with water to help with our health. That's how easy it is. Now, what is terahertz wave? Okay, terahertz is a technology, okay, a technology which we are fortunate enough to live in this era of very fast technology growing. Like before you start changing your phones, the next iPhone or the next whatever phone is already coming out, you know, they have like the Android and the app, all these kind of things. All right. So based on technology, all right, you see in 2004, the US already recognized that terahertz is among the 10 technologies that will change the future of the world, of the whole world. All right. And it is terahertz is an electromagnetic wave. Okay, electro, just like how microwaves are, just like how you have your radio, just like how you have, you know, the sun emits ultraviolet waves. Waves are invisible things, okay, invisible things, but waves can travel through the medium of air. All right. So in 2005, Japan listed terahertz technology as the first of the 10 key strategic goals, which means these are the 10 things that they would like to develop further. Okay. So our company has developed terahertz into a technology which interacts specifically for water. Okay, and we are fortunate enough to be able, okay, to enjoy this technology. So aside from water, all right, you see these four charts. Aside from water, it's also used in military radars. It's used in the airport. It's used for communication, like you have the 3G, 4G, 5G. So communication it falls on terahertz. So the specific spectrum of wave, okay, and the quality of wave, and the type of wave falls under this terahertz technology. All right, and our terahertz company water device uses the energy generated from the water device at a 0.9 terahertz frequency of the wave, which will interact with the molecule. Even later, we will give you a scientific, very layman scientific example, how this invisible wave can actually interact with the water itself. Okay, so what happens when the water is exposed to this terahertz wave? Okay, the hydrogen bond structure of the water molecules change. Okay, basically it widens it a bit, it changes it, but the most important key point is it turns it linear, it turns to a linear arrangement, and it is stable. Okay, it is stable. All right, this is a very scientific chart. So basically, it's just telling you after the water, you still need the water filter. After the water that comes up from your water filter, you fill it through our jug. From the jug, you will expose it through our terahertz device. Then once it's already filled with the terahertz energy, which the hydrogen bond structure has changed, your cell in your body, okay, through the aquaporin, it can go in faster, just to get it that way, because it's easier to absorb by cells, okay, because it's smoother, it's smaller, it's coming in a single file, you know. Yeah. All right, this video will just shortly explain to you. All right, you will see that he will be, I just explain first, then I'll show you the video. Basically, that's a U metal bar. He's just showing that electromagnetic waves are invisible waves which can travel through the air. And each item, that's why each food or each item or each one has its own energy level. So if the wave, the frequency of the wave of, let's say, the one that he's being knocked is the same as the item or whatever he wants to interact with, it will resonate. It's called resonating. It means they are talking to each other on this specific wavelength of energy. All right, so you see when he knocks it on the same, that's why there's the 440 there. 440 is the hertz, okay, the energy of the metal bar which is resonating. That's why without touching the metal bar on the right, it is moving, and that's why the ping pong balls are shaking. All right, that's also a Nobel Prize discovery, but it's been known for a long time. That's why we have things like the microwave and things like that. Okay, now, it is difficult. The problem with small water clusters, it's hard to maintain the stability, okay? Unless, in terms of chemical reaction, we always look for stability. Okay, our company has managed to tune in to this energy of wavelength, which is very highly compatible with our drinking water, which changes it into, let's say it's talking to the water. Basically, it's talking to the water that you're drinking every day. It changes the hydrogen bond structure into a linear stable structure, which is very friendly to your cells. Okay, that is the conclusion there. All right, this is just a chart to show you each energy has, each water has its own frequency, which it emits its own energy, which it reacts to. All right. Now, we can just do a simple short experiment. Okay, this experiment, when you put two balls of water, one on the left, one on the right, let's say you leave it for 10 minutes, okay? I don't know, that's sawi or kangkong. It looks like not kangkong, sorry, that's like kailan. I'm not sure what vegetable that is because I don't cook. But anyways, if you put a vegetable in, preferably a leafy one, easier to see. All right, the one on the left, all right, the one on the left, when you fill the ball with terahertz water, you will realize that after 10 minutes, if you take it out, it will probably look even more fresh. Why? Because the vegetable has absorbed the terahertz water into its cell. Even vegetables have cell. The plant cells are absorbing the water. Okay. Whereas the one on the right, because the molecule structure is still the normal water, non-terahertz, it will still shrivel, it will still look cool, it will still, because the water molecule structure is not small enough to enter into the cells. Okay, it's not friendly to the cells. Simple. All right. So aside from that, because the cell is absorbing water, water is H2O, which means it has high oxygen components in it. That's why when it provides oxygen, it provides enough energy for the leaf to look fresh again. Okay, the leaf of the vegetables to look fresh again. Okay, it's 680 times lower viscosity than normal water. What does that mean? It means that the water tastes, some people tell me that it tastes smoother. For me, I also notice it tastes smoother. All right, it tastes smoother, it goes easier. You do feel more thirsty most of the time, because for me, maybe because I need to drink more water. That's what I know from this, because my cell is actively, consuming all the water that I'm taking in and turning it into energy. All right, yeah. So there are other functions of terahertz water. One, antibacterial, can kill E. coli virus, can kill T. rubrum. All right, and then it can improve intestinal health balance, can reduce dermatitis, which is diseases of the skin. There are a lot of skin allergies. Later, you can see some testimonials. Then it also helps with the antioxidant properties of the water. It goes up by up to 4%, which means it is less cancerous, or it's better for the body. Okay. You always hear antioxidant. So this terahertz also help with the antioxidant capacity. Next is anti-radiation. All right, it means it stops the mutation of water as well, because it's stable. It makes it stable. So the conditions for bacteria or specific whatever negative elements to dwell in the water, how do you say, the requirements are different now, because after the hydrogen bond structure has changed, being terahertz water. Okay, and there are 5 characteristics of the terahertz healthy water. Number 1, linear structure. Number 2, anti-radiation. Number 3, antioxidization. As I said, antioxidization. Number 4, antiviral. And number 5, low viscosity, which helps with the absorption into the body. Okay, number 1, retain the original pH of the water. All right, you can read the terahertz report shows that the water pH, if it's alkaline or acidic, it doesn't change. Okay, if you've exposed it to acidic or what, it's still acidic. If you expose it to neutral water, it's still neutral. If it's alkaline, it's still alkaline. Okay, so it retains the original pH of the water that you expose it to, because it's not it's not a pH altering device. It only changes the hydrogen bond structure. Number 2, reduce E. coli by up to 89%. This is based on the academy, because the water that has been exposed, the multiple tests that the company has done, they have sent it to labs and all that. And don't worry, even though you see maybe it's Chinese, but we are running a global operation here. Okay, we can operate globally. So we have gotten accolades even from international institutions. Okay, but because our company is main from China, so that's why we use this as the main base. It's easier for us to explain. Number 3, lower water frequency to 7.6 hertz. 4, reduces T. rubrum. 5, reduces radiation. 6, as I just now mentioned, reduce viscosity. 7, increase the oxidization capacity up to 80%. And number 8, it widens the hydrogen bond structure. Okay, basically it changes it into a stable structure. Okay, others in the market, I don't know how stable they are. Some that maybe they're only temporary. It's because our company has really invested a lot, and that's why I said we have it patented. It can't be copied. All right, because these are things that I don't know if I'm something I'm going to drink or take every day, and if it's for my health, I would be more sensitive on things like this. And we have all the backings and all the necessary certificates on it. Okay, and there, like I said, there are others like you see here. There are other low frequency resonant waters in the market, but it cannot be compared, okay, because we are the original ones and we are proven to work. Okay. So it's safe to say if it's something you're going to drink every day, if I'm you, I would definitely go for something that I know or proven. We have so many testimonials, like I say, proven to be already effective. So aside from that, there are things where we advise people to spray also, because how they are, like, now we have like, what do you call it? Those not air purifier, those misting air machines, because it's to make the air more moist. Okay, simple. All right. So aside from that, you can also spray on your skin. Why? Because your aside from having water, your cell or your skin coming from within, it needs the water it requires to replenish the hydration you need in your skin. Spraying also helps and aids with the hydration and helps with the elasticity of the skin from the outside. So it also helps with all kinds of different regulations of skin repair, of skin hydration, of elasticity, all this. So that's why we also advise you to spray it. Aside from that, from this example, I know it's in Chinese, okay, I'll just explain it in English. Basically, this is a hood hob that you can find mostly in condominiums, usually in condominiums, or those without an outdoor and open kitchen. Okay, because the molecule of the water has turned so small, if you spray it on oil-based areas, you can easily just wipe it off together with the oil, because it penetrates through the molecule of the oil itself, because the oil molecule is actually bigger than the water molecule from the terahertz water molecules. I have specifically mentioned terahertz. So it has very strong penetration properties. Okay, come. Like I said, we have a lot of testimonies. Okay, so these are pictures of before and after, how you see this Cheche, this kakak look younger, turn into Mei, kakak turn into Mei, all this. Yeah. All right, because their body, their cells are getting the necessary water that require to work, to build, to repair. Okay, you see this uncle also, uncle turn into Coco, you see, all these kind of things. And then there are scars healing, all right, scars healing. And you see, we have all kinds of testimonials from skin to the hair, because your body consists entirely of cells. You see, even high blood pressure on the internal side, okay? And we always advise, even those that do not have any sickness, it's even more important. Okay, like me, I touch wood so far. Chinese, we always pantang touch wood. Okay, but we would prevention is better than cure. So if I know I'm drinking good water, I know I can rest assured I have this peace of mind going on. Okay, because we always want to avoid. But those of you who are already, let's say, have all these issues, if after drinking terahertz water you have all this, we definitely are more than happy to hear the sharings that you are provided. They've provided to us. Like all these people, these are all our terahertz drinkers and users. That have managed to live on board and believe in the product itself. See high blood pressure reduced. So there are a lot of things, because water is the basis to all to the functions of how your cells work. Scars healing, okay, skin issues healing. You see, eczema and psoriasis, from I know these are the tougher ones to heal from. Okay, so because tonight we are not going to have a live testimony, but we have video testimonies from our live audiences, and these are very recent ones. Probably only 1 or 2 months ago. These are live testimonies, but we have recorded that, and I will put it up on the video to share with all of you to hear.
My name is William. My diabetes is 31 years. When I'm 36 years, I get diabetes. Now I'm 67. 31 years. But almost I take tablet so many years, my diabetes cannot come down. Early morning, only 9, 10, 11. But after I take terahertz. In about 2 months, my diabetes is gone down for some 4.8, 4.9, 5.7, 5.5. So my high blood also gone down from 168, but now it's 1.4 something. And then my feeding point and weight point also gone.
Okay, previously, Dato's blood sugars was quite high. It was how many years? 31 years. 31 years now with high reading on diabetes. But then after drinking the terrace water for how long? After 2 months, it dropped down to 4 point something, 5 point something. That was fantastic. The only water that can help you to do that is the terrace water. Okay, remember, guys? Yeah. And then second thing, you look at Dato's skin. Previously, he got a lot of this, what we call brown spots. I look at his hand now. It's so much nicer now. Many of his friends was actually very surprised looking at the hands. There's a lot of these brown spots just drop off by itself. But one thing, remember now, how many liter how many liter of water you drink this terrace water? How many liter you drink a day?
Minimum 4 liter.
Every day.
Every day.
Minimum 4 liter. So look at it. She's drinking a lot of water, and this thing really helps him. Right? Okay, give a big hand to Dato. Thanks for the sharing. Thank you, Dato. Thank you.
So as you can see, he has his skin issue. Even I personally, my issue, I had sensitive skin. My skin was very reactive to dust and all that. After drinking water, also I noticed I myself have improved tremendously in terms of my skin, because I would get red patches all over. I'm not sure if you can see it, yeah, but it's like a lot better right now. So that's why I'm also on board on all this. All right. Aside from that, we have another testimony. This one is more female oriented, where it helped with her weight and it helped with her menstrual issues. This is also a video testimony which she came live to share, but because it was so good, we decided to to have it as a video sharing.
Today, I want to share with you my testimony is about actually drinking this water is not only improve my health, but also my not only improve my skin and also my health. So today I'm going to share with you the things happen in my body after drinking the water, which is actually I used to have a very bad menstrual pain. So and I thought this is normal. I thought this is normal, but after taking this water for a few months, because okay, I want to tell you a story. Is I am admitted to the hospital due to a very serious stomach pain. So after this stomach pain, doctor admitted me to the hospital for a well checking, a full body checking. So I done a CT scan. So after the CT scan, doctor find out that I have a rupture, a cyst rupture in my ovarian, and I'm so worried, and I don't know what to do. And doctor advised me to take only a hormone pill. So after that, my introducer, which introduced me this water and asked me to drink plenty of water every day, like 3 to 4 liters a day. But I doubt whether this can really help me. I still take the advice and I drink the water. I bought the device. After 2 months, it really improved and the water really worked on me. What I experienced is that after 2 months, I don't have the usual menstrual pains anymore, and the blood that come out is really, a very dark color, and I really recovered from after 6 months. I went for a doctor checkup, and I really recovered from the cyst, the cyst rupture in my ovarian. Doctor checked the cyst gone, and also my the water that store inside my ovarian is no more. So I'm very happy that this water really helped me a lot and saved me a lot of money. Not only improved my skin, I saved a lot of money for my skincare, and now also I'm getting healthier because of this water. And I believe a lot of women will think that menstrual cramp is a very usual thing that you will have every month, but it's not correct. You shouldn't have any menstrual pain. Okay, so you can try this water if you have very bad menstrual pain, and you will know how I feel now. How great I feel. How great am I feel now? So yeah, thank you so much. And this is my sharing today.
Okay, that it is. That's from Miss Olivia. So it helped with all these internal issues, because after the internal issues heal, it will reflect externally. So with all these live testimonies, you can easily ask whoever introduced or sponsored you to come to this talk. You can just easily ask them, even because we have thousands, I think probably thousands of testimonies already, okay, of all kinds of things. And be very assured that the water device is already patented for the invention of it. So we have a worldwide, a global patent of it. So you just resonate. It just takes 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, these are all our accolades. These are all our backings, and that's why we can do it globally to any country. All right. It's just a one-time investment. It's unique in the market. It's simple to operate. Long-term use, it's globally recognized. We have patent rights, we have ownership of it, we have all kinds of certifications, even locally in Malaysia or even overseas. Okay, and this water can be used and can be stored for a long time, long-term storage. Multi-purpose water is definitely safe, portable, and easy to carry, because like if you see at the bottom right, that's how the device looks like at the bottom right. Okay. It's portable because you only need to bring the top, because the top area, whereas the base, the container itself is actually in a way it comes with it, but it is kind of optional, because some people, they have their own water containers that they want to resonate. But this is based on 3.5 liters, and it's a free and easy business model. All right. So for this device itself, okay, that's how it looks like. Okay, now it's bigger, it's easier to see. It costs about for ringgit Malaysia is 4,800. If you are in another country, please kindly refer your sponsor or your introducer. They can check with you what's the local price there. Because, all right, and then it's only a one-time investment. You can use it for 50,000 scans. Okay. So for me myself, I can use, if I have calculated, so I need more than 30 over years. By then I'll be an old man already to finish using this one tiny device. But then to be able to enjoy the luxury of having a water that is able to help with my health, I'll put it that way. All right. And now we also this product comes. The company has decided to throw in a free water cover along with it. Okay, so it's just simple. You drink on the inside, you spray on the outside, and for people that you love, because we need a culture of sharing. Okay, we're sharing love, we're sharing energy, we're sharing the culture of good habits, healthy habits, which is drinking water, especially drinking the right water. Okay, so that's all for the talk for tonight. Thank you everyone for listening. This is like my first talk for this year, and let me just pass it back to Miss Anna. Hold on, yeah. Yeah, one more thing that I need to stress on this, which is the disclaimer, which is if you're taking medicine or you're on any kind of therapy by a licensed doctor, practitioner, health-wise, please continue. We're not telling you to stop. This is not a one-stop miracle product that you drink tonight, tomorrow you will heal, and the layman can run, or it doesn't work that way, because your body needs time to heal. Basically, you're just drinking necessary water, healthy, appropriate water for your cells to repair itself. That's all. It can help regulate also with all the medication that you're taking, whether it's supplements or doctor prescribed. So please continue with whatever diagnosis or medical treatments that you are taking. That's all for now. All right. I think because, okay, for tonight, because we do not have the live testimony, okay, I think rather than passing back, I think I'll just go straight to the marketing plan itself.